Coming up this week on the show, Miles shows us plans for a new Panthers headquarters, Bella's back in the kitchen for Thanksgiving, and Bryn talks to the owner of a local clothing brand. It's Friday, November 13th, and the buzz starts right now. Happy Friday, Fort Mill. I'm Emily. As we get closer to the end of the year, our fall sports are coming to a close. Delaney's here to talk about the start of our winter sports season.
Hey Fort Mill, I'm Delaney and you're watching The Buzz Sports. The winter sports season has officially started. The boys basketball team had a scrimmage against South Point on Wednesday, and the girls basketball team had a scrimmage against York on Thursday. And their cheer team will compete in the Cheer Classic this Saturday at Dorman Cavalier. The first round of collegiate signings started earlier this week on Thursday, and I had a chance to interview some of our future college athletes. So what made you choose to go play soccer at Brevard College, Kevin?
It's a beautiful school. The area around it's amazing. I really love being in nature, in the mountains as well. The team in general, they seem very supportive of everybody. They're very well put together. They're a quality team as well, so I'm really excited to go play there.
All right, and what are you most excited about heading into your collegiate career?
In general, I'm excited to just play against stronger opponents and try to improve myself as both a player and a person. That's athletically, but academically, it's a challenging school. It's a private school. It will be hard for me, but I think I'll enjoy it.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you.
Now let's go to Miles for a look at the new Carolina Panthers headquarters under construction in Rock Hill. I'm Delaney reporting for The Buzz Sports.
The Panthers' new headquarters and training facility is being built right now in Rock Hill. It will be used to host events in the 5,000-seat stadium and large indoor practice space. I sat down to talk with Mark Hart, the Panthers COO of Tepper Sports and Entertainment, about this amazing facility.
The entire development is really designed to host events year-round, and certainly events more than Panther football. So, we do plan having music events and concerts and festivals and all kind of other events. Certainly we'll host football games, but also full-size FIFA soccer matches, maybe even local high school bands of juniors from Fort Mill, perhaps.
Not only will this facility host entertainment, but it will also bring in outside businesses to our community.
I think it's going to bring lots of tenants. Certainly going to bring employers and office and corporate users, but we want to make it mixed use. Restaurant, retail, we certainly have great hopes for a full-size, full-service hotel.
The facility is under construction now and should be open in just a few years.
We'll be open in, May or June of 2023, certainly in time for the 2023 training camp season, or start of the regular season. So I think it's going to create great excitement in that 2023 season and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of visitors to York County for opening training camp 23.
This 240-acre world-class training facility will have an indoor field, walking trails open for the public, and is located right off of Interstate 77. Reporting for The Buzz, I'm Miles.
Thanks, Miles, for the update on the new Panthers facility. One of my favorite Thanksgiving traditions is watching the football games with my family and all the food that comes with it. Bella is back in the Culinary Arts kitchen to teach us an easy recipe.
Hey Fort Mill, welcome back to another Baking with Bella. I'm here with our culinary arts chef, Mr. Shipston, and today we will actually be cooking a bechamel sauce.
So I'm going to go ahead and add my flour. So as it starts to melt and it mixes with the flour and gets pasty, I'm going to add my ingredients that I'm putting into the roux. First thing I'm going to add is salt. Then I'm going to go with a little nutmeg. Got a quarter tea of that. Now you can hear the roux starting to bubble. That's cooking the flour. You don't want any raw flour. Now for a little kick, I'm going to add my cayenne. And I'm going to do an eighth. So now I'm going to add my cream. The thing is, we're going to use a method called nappe, where I'll just lift this and I can run my finger down it and it'll leave a little ridge, kind of trench. And that shows you that your sauce has hit a point where we can add whatever we want. Today we're going to use a Gouda cheese.
Thanks, Bella. Sometimes the simple recipes and other things in life really are the best. Bryn talked to a young local business owner who makes minimal fashion with a purpose.
Nowadays, simple is more. Hold on, that wasn't right. Let me restart. That's much better. I had the chance to talk to Adam Allen about his new and upcoming brand, Boring Cloth.
I started Boring Cloth my senior year of high school. I was 17, so that was in 2018. And I started it on accident, really. I had a hoodie that I drew on with Sharpie. I wore it to school one day. A lot of people liked it, and one of my buddies offered to buy it off of me for $45. I decided that I would try and replicate the result, and I just kind of started working on some more designs. But my most sold items are honestly starting to be the logo hoodie, which is really cool. That means a lot to me because people are starting to appreciate the brand name more than just what the brand stands for.
Scrolling through their Instagram, you might even recognize some familiar faces modeling the clothes.
I plan to take Boring Cloth as far as God allows me to do it. I've been doing it for 2 years now. I was fortunate enough to be able to drop out of college though and do this full time. Now I still do it full time. It's going great, and I really couldn't do anything without the love that I get from the community. Fort Mill, Rock Hill, Clover, Charlotte. It's really crazy, and it means so much to me.
Make sure to go check out their Instagram at Boring Cloth and their website at boringcloth.com. I'm Bryn, reporting for The Buzz.
It's great to see someone younger doing something they love, but it's not so easy for everyone to plan your next step after high school. This week, we have a special guest in the studio giving tips on applying for college during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I think the best thing that students can do with the college admissions process is be as flexible as possible. I know a lot of times students lock in on 2 or 3 particular schools, but in this day and this time, you might want to find a few more to add to your repertoire just to see if there's something else that you might find a little more interesting. If a school says that they're test optional, your strategy may be a little bit different, okay? The first thing that you want to do is to actually figure out what test optional means to that particular institution. Case in point, some schools say that they're test optional, meaning that if you submit your scores, they may consider it in your application. A difference, though, is if a school says that they're test blind, that means that they're not going to look at your test scores at all. So demonstrated interest means that you have shown just that, demonstrated interest. You are actually showing to the institution that you're really interested in them as a potential place for you to go to school. A great way for you to show this demonstrated interest, showing up to virtual college visits. You can also do any type of virtual activities that they're doing. We know it's a little bit harder now because typically you can't physically visit the school, but you can email your admissions counselor. You can take advantage of any virtual offerings that they have. Even just giving a phone call to the school, trust me, they're tracking everything that you do. So they want to make sure that they have an accurate record of what you've been doing to show that demonstrated interest.
Thanks to Mr. Young for the advice about applying for college. That's all we have for you this week, but be sure to follow us on social media for more content. Until next time, I'm Emily. Have a great weekend, Fort Mill.